What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic. And more y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. We back talking, point of view on Terence Crawford and Lucas Matthysse. And, what that fight do for Terence Crawford and what would it do for Matthysse as well. It's a double-edged sword, I guess. For Terence Crawford, if Matthysse don't beat Pacquiao, it absolutely does nothing for him, If he don't get an opportunity to beat Pacquiao, he just, that fight don't happen for whatever reason. The rumors been going around, the funding, the investors, whatever it may be. If Matthysse just goes into a Crawford fight, that does nothing for Crawford's career, in my opinion, beating Matthysse. Victor Postol already did that. Danny Garcia already did that. And, he had a severe eye injury versus Victor Postol. And he came to 147 pounds, fought Emmanuel Taylor, I believe. And he fought for the regular title. I can't remember if he fought anybody else. He fought for the regular title versus Kyron. Kyron nobody knew, and Kyron was outboxing him with a jab and moving away from that left hand. And, until he landed a punch on Kyron, that was a horrible fight. Matthysse, he ain't look good at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the guys that top rank want to line up Crawford with October 13th, Carlos Adames, Jose Benavidez, Matthysse, and if the Russian guy, Ingis Klavafa, the guy who beat David Alvarez and stopped him, if he looks good on the Jose Ramirez, Danny O'Connor undercard, then he might get a shot. Quite honestly, like I said, man, this is a low risk, low reward fight. You know what I'm saying? Really, man, this is one of them fights that don't do nothing for Terence Crawford's career, in my opinion, with Lucas Matthysse. It just, it just gives credence to people saying his resume is whack and he don't do nothing. He don't fight nobody. He don't do nothing but bum bash and fight leftovers and stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It don't do nothing. It don't make him one step closer to being a pay-per-view star where him and Earl can pull 500,000 pay-per-view buys like Bob Arum wants to get that fight too. It doesn't do nothing. If Earl is fighting Danny and Sean Porters and Keith Thurman somehow, then, he going to let Earl Spence gain all their leverage. And then negotiations, he going to have to take less of the lion's share. And then that's what's going to tear apart negotiations for Lucas Matthysse. If he can land a punch on Crawford and win, it'll resurrect his career, man. He'll win a real world title and a WBA title, which I don't really like it, but it's the truth. He can win a real world title and go to Argentina a star. He could be in the same vein as Madonna, Sergio Martinez, and he got everything to gain and nothing to lose in this fight because he already know he's on his way out. He not beat none of the top welterweights. He ain't beating Spence, he ain't been Danny, he ain't beating Sean, he ain't beating Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? And if he could beat Terence Crawford and land that money shot on Crawford, his life changes. You know what I'm saying? He's a player, and all the things he didn't achieve at 140 because he turned down an IBF title shot with Lamont Peterson because he know if he got the IBF title belt, he didn't feel that Danny Garcia was gonna fight him. So they don't rank alphabet champions. So the IBF champion never be ranked into the WBC, and he felt like Danny was gonna avoid a unification bout. But little did he know, he could have just called Danny Garcia and or maybe he did and see if Danny was going to fight him, But he passed up a world championship fight with Peterson for the IBF. They fought at the catchweight so he could preserve his ranking at the WBC so he could be lined up to be Danny Garcia's mandatory. Even though Danny Garcia, he never became Danny Garcia's mandatory, and Danny still gave him a shot. He played himself. He got whooped on by Postol. Right before that, he had a tough fight with Vodnikov. And his career was just piss poor mismanaged. He fought another guy, was it Roberto Ortiz or something like that? He was a good puncher. He got him out there quick. He just fought a lot of tough fights, man. A lot of tough fights, and his career was poorly managed. It was poorly promoted. He fought a lot of solid fights. He got robbed versus Alexander. Some people feel he got robbed versus Zab Judah. Some people feel, eventually, when it was time to win the world championship, he came up short. So, fighting Terence Crawford can right those wrongs. Do I see him beating Terence Crawford? No, not after I seen a guy that legitimately had no buzz, nobody ever heard of Kyron, was beating him with a jab and moving away from his left hand. Crawford, would probably obliterate Lucas Matthysse. Matthysse could probably land that one shot on Crawford still. He still got that left hand. You know what I'm saying? That left hook in that right hand. He still got it, but You know, he just was gonna he gonna get abused, man. He gonna get abused. For Crawford, like I said, it does nothing for his profile, man. You know, nothing. It's a fight that don't take him nowhere. Like people didn't understand when I did the video saying that, you know, he gonna start falling down the rankings. And people say, well, pound for pound fighter can't fall down the rankings unless they lose. Yes, you can. If you're not fighting, if you ain't fighting great competition, you ain't fighting other champions, you ain't unifying because your promotional stable won't let you unify, you will fall. Because while Errol Spence is whooping on, you know, Keith Thurman and Sean Danny Garcia and collecting belts, those are two better wins than Crawford ever had in his career. And you're going to see people start leaping them. You see if Lomachenko get Mikey in the ring, and Mikey get Lomachenko, Mikey get Spence and all that, you're going to see, you know, him start crawling up there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see a lot of guys start crawling up there if he don't get it together. You know, you got to have a voice in your camp. You got to control your career. And fighting Benavidez, fighting Carlos Adames, fighting an English guy, fighting Lucas Matthysse, that's not going to get you nowhere. If those four guys are being named, 9 times out of 10, 9.5 times out of 10, those are going to be his next few opponents. You know, after, if he get Matthysse in the ring, then he probably going to fight the English guy. And after that, he fought Adames. After that, he might have a mandatory or whatever, which English is real high being this mandatory. Then he might fight Adames. Then he might fight Jose Benavidez or whatever combination they may fall in. You know, and those fights don't do nothing for your career. You know, pound for pound fighters don't fight them any unknown fighters to the casual public in a row. You know, like I said, he gonna be running in place, or, you know, like I said, he ain't gonna be doing nothing but running in place or moving side to side. He won't be moving forward, you know, in his career. You know, as far as, you know, getting ready to be a pay-per-view star. And the only way he can go is move backwards in the fights that he's gonna fight that Bob Arum got lined up for. And people say, "Oh, you hating?" I'm not hating. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what's going on. Look at Gilberto Ramirez. You know, fighting unknowns and just bum bash with the same WBO belt. And that's why he's the first Mexican 168-pounder champion. And don't nobody know who he is across America. Ain't nobody checking out for his fight with Romer Alexis and Guayo tonight. Nobody even know that fight come on ESPN. You know, and a lot of top-ranked fighters run in place. You know, they don't really progress like they should because Bob Arum don't want to work with nobody else. He want to keep the money and he want to keep all the money to himself. He want top rank versus top rank. But like I said, it ain't a fight that I get excited for. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the outcome. I hate watching too many fights where I know the outcome. And Crawford's next 3 or 4 or 5 fights, you gonna know the outcome. He ain't fight nobody until probably Errol Spence. And I'm just being, and I'm saying that in the nicest way I can. You know, nicest way I can. I'm not hating. People say you hating. Just telling you the truth. You can't become a pay-per-view star. You can't gear up for a pay-per-view with Errol Spence and try to get 50-50 when you fighting guys like Matthysse and not Adames and Jose Benavidez and the other Ukrainian or Russian guy. You ain't bringing no clout to the table. You know, only clout you bring is I'm fighting on regular ESPN when Errol Spence is out here fighting, will potentially fight Danny Shine winner and Keith Thurman and guys like that. You know, how can you look him in his face when he come with 3 belts, you come with 1 belt, and you ain't fought nobody in a year or two? You know, talking the future. I'm talking about 50-50. See, that's going to be a hang up while that fight ain't going to happen. I'm telling you that right now. But Matthysse and Crawford, I don't get excited for that fight. That shit means nothing to me in my opinion. But, you know, it is what it is. And plus, you know, Matthysse has dropped that regular WA belt. But don't forget, me and the Cali Enigma Colossal Sports TV got a joint venture. New college sports page, college football S1210, college sports most wanted. Please subscribe if you haven't. We're doing a good job over there against subscribers. So the link's in the description. If you want to join the gang, go ahead. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the Boxing Clinic, and more. Links in the description. One time for the one time. We gone.